Hello, I'm Kim Tizer. Today is February 15th, 2023. Here are your latest church militant headlines. Nearly 5,000 children have been sexually abused by clerics in Portugal. This according to a top investigative panel. Portugal's Independent Committee for the Study of Child Abuse in the Catholic Church announced on Monday 512 child clerical sex abuse victims have come forward, while records and testimony indicate 4,800 victims since 1950. The committee's report noted several locations where abuse is rampant, including certain seminaries. The committee also criticized the Vatican for withholding access to its archives. In related news, an American diocese is facing bankruptcy due to hundreds of abuse victims' lawsuits. Heterodox Cardinal Robert McElroy recently announced the Diocese of San Diego and California may have to file for bankruptcy in the face of over 400 abuse victim lawsuits. McElroy himself has a record of covering up for abusive clerics, including notorious homo predator and ex-Cardinal Theodore McCarrick and Father Jacob Bertrand. Bertrand ritually groomed and raped 24-year-old Rachel Mastrogiacomo in 2010. A predator priest is being defended by his fan club. Catholics and abuse victims are refusing to patronize the sanctuary of St. John Paul II in Krakow because it's decorated with mosaics designed by celebrity Jesuit artist Marco Rupnik. But admirers of Rupnik's work are using social media to dismiss the priest's prior excommunication, the rulings against him by both the Vatican and the Jesuit order, and the accusations that he spiritually and sexually abused at least 20 religious sisters. In Rome, Vatican officials are trying to reshape the church with democracy. Synod Relator General Cardinal Jean-Claude Hollerich recently proposed voting rights for laity in the final stages of the synodal process. The Synod's Secretary General, Cardinal Mario Grech, agreed at least some non-bishops will vote in Rome. On Sunday, Grech said, "It is a synod of bishops, so the bishops are very important. But I'm sure other members will participate. And of the lay people, at least Sister Natalie Beckhardt will have voting rights." Speaking of Sister Beckhardt, the heterodox nun is using the synodal process to push climate change propaganda. On Monday, Beckhardt spoke of, quote, the threats of climate change, which came to the fore during the Synodal Assembly in Oceania, covering Australia, New Zealand, and numerous Pacific islands. Beckhardt has previously endorsed dissident pro-gay movements and is supported by the Women's Ordination Conference, which calls for female priests. And turning to the U.S., a bishop is calling out the FBI for targeting Catholics. On Monday, Bishop Barry Nestout of Richmond, Virginia, called on congressmen to formally condemn an explosive FBI initiative that linked Catholics devoted to the traditional Latin Mass to white supremacy and violent extremism. Nestout said the leaked document should be troubling and offensive to all communities of faith, as well as all Americans. A preference for traditional forms of worship and holding closely to the Church's teachings does not equate with extremism. I'm Kim Tizer. Those are your church militant headlines. Please watch The Vortex today, where Michael talks about the FBI's shoddy research. God bless you.